Today, I'm asking for some audience participation. A couple days ago, I came up with the idea for a video to be 5 things I just saved money on. In the last 2 weeks, what did I save money on that I can share with you as maybe an idea starter? Maybe it'll lead you to something. But I also want you to look at things that you just saved money on, maybe in the last 2 weeks, that you could put in the comments so we all can get better. Okay? So that's today's topic. What I did is I just looked at my calendar. Anytime I come up with an idea, something to do, what I typically do, if I'm not at home, I'll write an email to myself on my cell phone. And then I'll convert that to like 30 minutes on Thursday. I want to work on this. So that's what I typically do. So everything's on my calendar. All I did for this exercise is look at the last 2 weeks on my calendar and look at what I did to save money. So what were those things? So that's the exercise I'm asking you to do. Okay, I think this sounds like a little fun, and I'm hoping to learn something myself from you. And through the 100, 200, 300 comments we get, we can really pass on some serious savings and progress everybody towards an epic retirement. Okay, so number 1. I had lunch, not dinner, at a restaurant called Cork and Cleaver. Really nice place. My wife and I like to go out to eat. We go out to eat maybe 3 times a week, something like that. And we've discovered in retirement, you could save 40 to 50% just by going at lunchtime. This is a nice restaurant. We've gone there for dinner and would spend $80. That's not with alcohol. We go for lunch, we could spend $40. Okay, and have very similar meals, maybe not quite the same menu, but the same experience. Think about your out to eat budget and consider going to lunch in retirement when you don't have crowds, easy to get a seat. Love it. We do that regularly. We will have lunch out, not dinner. Number 2, I have a water sprinkler system for my yard. I winterize it myself. Cost $100 to have somebody come to my house, blow out all the sprinkler systems and get things just in shape to go through the winter. We have some temperatures below 0 here in Indiana, so you got to do that. Well, a couple years ago, when I retired and have more time, I used to pay to do this, $100 every year. I went to Harbor Freight and bought an 8-gallon air compressor, bought some hose. All this was probably around $120. So the first time I spent a little more money, but actually I was, now that I think about it, I bought a nail gun and I was doing some flooring work in my on our master bedroom. I put a new floor in, new engineered floor in. So I saved money on that side of it, but I bought this whole, all this equipment to blow out my sprinkler system for about $120, and I just did that. And all my neighbors, 100% of my neighbors that have sprinkler systems, I'd say 70% of them have sprinkler systems, all of them pay somebody to come out and do it. I did it in about an hour and a half. It's not stressful, it's not hard to do. You can watch YouTube videos on how to do it. Saved $100. And I've done that the last couple years. So my air compressor's paid for itself a couple times over already. Okay, then number 3, I put money in my HSA. So that's your health savings account. You put it in tax-free, grows tax-free, take it out tax-free. I think you know about those things. I put $8,000 in there. That saved, if I would not have done that, I would have paid 22% tax on that $8,000. Okay, so you could say that's, over $1,600. I'm rounding down a little bit. $1,600 I would have paid in taxes because I started this HSA for medical expenses in the future, and I'm going to let it grow, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. It's nice to $1,600 saved there. This is all in the last 2 weeks. Then number 4, I put money in a 529 account, which is a college savings account, educational savings account. Doesn't have to be college, can be private high school, can be trade school, something like that. There's, but I think you know what 529 accounts are. Indiana, and check your state, they give you a 20% tax credit, not deduction, credit for doing this. So up to 5,000 max. Oh, no, 7,500 max is the max you can put in to get the 20%. I put in $5,000, okay? $5,000. So I will get $1,000 back from the state of Indiana by doing this. So why am I calling that a savings? Well, my wife and I decided one of our giving things to our kids is to have all the grandchildren have 529 accounts set up for them. And as I've stated here before, I'm going to be a new grandpa, brand new grandpa, somewhere around the beginning of the year, 2024. So we were going to do this anyway, but since I was able to find an Indiana 529 that gave this 20%, I'm going to get an extra $1,000. It's going to cost me $4,000 to get a $5,000 college fund for new grandchild. Don't know if it's a boy or girl. So that was number 4 thing on my calendar. Number 5 thing on my calendar is I recently got a oil change and tire rotation on my car. I have synthetic oil. It's an expensive oil and Honda minivan that my wife drives around, and it costs, if I go to a cheap speedy oiler place, it'll be $80 to get it changed. I don't like going to those places. I go to a mechanic. I have a mechanic look at my car, mechanic change the oil, so you're going to pay a little bit more. But they actually had a savings card, a little card about this big, where for $179 you can buy this coupon card, and it has 4 oil changes on it. So 4 oil changes would have, and tire rotations, would have cost me $320. 4 of them times $80, $320, and I was able to buy this for $180. Say it's $180. So big savings there, $120, $140 worth of savings. Also, this card gave you 10% off this, 20% off that, filter flushes, any maintenance needed over $500, they'll give you 15% off, a whole bunch of other things. But for the oil changes alone, it was worth it. So I prepaid for 4 oil changes, and I'm going to get them at a significantly reduced price. So those are things that I saved money on in the last 4 weeks. In retirement, you got a little more time to kind of find these nickels and dimes, and they really add up, and it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun doing them. So again, back to the exercise. What did you save money on in the last 2 weeks? Get very specific. Get very specific. Don't say you went to the grocery store and saved 5%. What did you save money on in the last 2 weeks that you could pass on to this community and have a little fun with that and learn from others? All right? It's Joe out.